Hi guys, this is Nick with Flamingo Soaps. I just wanted to make a little introductory video here today to say hello and introduce myself and Flamingo Soaps, and to show you a little bit about what I've got going and what's upcoming. So I thought I would just give you a little tour of my mini soap curing room here that I have, and sort of walk you through my soaping experience. So if you can bear with me here, we'll turn the camera around a little bit and I will bring you into the story of my soaps. So this is my little corner here of my spare bedroom where I've got many soaps curing, and then I have some more over there by the spare bed. So soap making was something I discovered on YouTube, actually, kind of as a time waster. I am a nursing student and like to waste my time on YouTube when I'm trying to relax and not think about school. And just something got me watching soap making videos and another one, and something in me kind of lit up and said, oh, I want to do that, I want to try that. So I went for it. So I guess, to take you to the beginning of my soap making journey, we'll go over here to this little box at the side of the bed. I found a fantastic YouTuber who makes a ton of soap making videos, who made a video called Dollar Store Soap, something like that. It was Soaping 101, for those of you who know. Because soaping can be a very expensive hobby, which I didn't really want to invest the money before I knew what I would think about the hobby. So she made a video about dollar store soaping, making soap with ingredients you can find at the dollar store. So I sort of tried to imitate that, and her first soap was very basic. It had a soybean oil with milk, honey, and ground oats. And she said you don't even need a mold. That's fancy. You can pour the soap into whatever you want. So I tried the soap and I poured it into a Tupperware container, as you can see. So it didn't turn into a very beautiful or interesting looking soap, but it's actually a very nice one. I'm surprised for how basic the ingredients were. It really turned into a nice soap. I actually have a whole bunch of these from my first experiments, and I have them in my shower, and they're really fantastic body soaps. I don't think they're beautiful enough to sell, but this was the intro into the world of soaping for me. So after that I wanted to try more. I found all sorts of videos on YouTube, and I found the world of round soaps, I guess. I'll just sit here on the floor and take you through that. So I created a whole lot of round soaps in the beginning. I think the first round one that I created was this one, which is unscented, and so it's totally natural, and it's colored just with paprika. So it has this really, the light is a little bit weird here because it's evening, but it's a really kind of beautiful rust orange color. And no fragrance, and just natural colorants. So you can see a lot of bubbles. You know, the soap making process is always a learning process, and there were bubbles in this one, but that was my first bar. After that I wanted to go a little bit more ambitious, so I tried this one, which has exfoliation in it. A couple of summers ago, 2 summers ago, I went to Sedona, Arizona, where they have these vortexes, they say, or vortices. Really cool places. Sedona is a fantastic city. And I collected some of the sand there. They have this red sand. Everything in Sedona is this orangish red color, and arguably has all sorts of restorative properties. And so I brought some home with me, and I wanted to add that into soap. So this is was done in this soap, and there's no coloration in it apart from the sand, and unscented, but this was sort of my first attempt at having a very fancy sort of soap, and I actually really love this one. And my supply of Sedona sand is very limited, so I actually still really like this one. Next, I wanted to try some fragrance, so I got a eucalyptus oil and made a eucalyptus soap. This one has absolutely no colorants either. The color you see is a little bit greenish, and that's probably due to the olive oil that's in the soap. And to it I added Valencia orange peel and herbes de Provence, which have really great properties and are really good for exfoliation. This one has a little bit too much exfoliation. I think it's quite brittle. You wouldn't want to rub it on your face, I guess. I mean, you might, but it's great on the body, but it's got a little bit too much exfoliation. And then the next one I wanted to do was a tea soap. Rather than the water, I wanted to create a soap that had tea as its base. So I brewed this fantastic red tea that I love. I used to work for this amazing tea company in New York, and I used a really great red tea for my base. Unfortunately, when it was added with the lye, which is used in all soaps, it turned this really funky green color. And then I wanted to add black tea with what's in here. This was for exfoliation. I added black tea. There's jasmine, there's blueberry petals, all sorts of things, which is great. But the tea that I added for exfoliation actually sort of mixed with the liquid and I guess brewed a little bit, so you have these kind of brown spots on the sides. And the red tea itself, I wanted this to be a red color, totally, I guess, lost its color. So anyway, it doesn't look as beautiful as I wanted it to, but it's very nice. It's also rather abrasive. You can see it's a little blurry here, but the tea leaves, although ground, are still quite large, so not maybe something you want for the face. Anyway, these were my first experiments. After I decided that, oh, I can make soap and it's gonna be good, I invested in a little bit more color and fragrance, and then we can move into this box. This was sort of the second round of soaps that I made with really great essential oils and fragrance oils that I ordered, as well as colorants. And everything is natural and vegan, and I try to use local products as often as possible, so everything here is really, really fantastic. The first soap that I created using my new colors was this really beautiful blue one. I used blue colorant and natural colorant and white. It was actually 3 different shades, and created this sort of faux funnel soap, and I just loved it. I actually have given away several already. They're all so different and beautiful, but I was so excited about the colors and my new technique that I actually forgot to put in the fragrance oil for this one, so it's unscented. But I think that's marketable too, because not everybody wants fragrance in their soap, so this one is kind of blue and light and airy, so maybe I can market it as like an air, all natural, fragrance-free soap. Anyway, it's fantastic. It just doesn't smell like anything except soap. Then let's see here. I have my second experiment, which is the same idea. It's that sort of funnel technique, which I used with a green colorant and this fantastic fragrance oil called Moroccan Mint, which is a blend of peppermint, spearmint, and black tea. And these soaps are just ridiculously beautiful, and they smell amazing. I love this one, and this is definitely a winner. I tried another one as well with another fragrance oil. It's the same technique with the reddish colorant, and this one has a fragrance which is called Cranberry Fig. Fantastic. I used a red, a white, and then a dark, and then I blended them to create a sort of in-between reddish color. And look at that, isn't that pretty? This one is so fresh. I don't know that I can identify either cranberry or fig in it, but the combination is fantastic. It's just really fresh, a little bit sweet. It just kind of, if you imagine those what do you call them? Those things you put on your Christmas tree? Cranberry strands? I don't even know what they're called. This is probably what they would smell like. It's really fresh. It's lovely. So, as you imagine, I am a male. Something I'm kind of interested in is creating a brand and soaps that are very appealing to men as well as women. And I love the concept of black soaps. So this was the next one that I tried. This is a black and white soap. It has a great fragrance. It's lime and sandalwood. And I just love how this one turned out. It's black and white. And I think they're so cool. Some people might think, oh, I don't want a black soap. But it doesn't bleed out into the lather or anything. It's not going to turn you black or stain your skin or anything. It's just a colorant. Actually, for this soap I use activated charcoal, which has all sorts of fantastic properties. I'm actually going to make a post about the properties of activated charcoal. But that is what is giving this black soap its color. So it's not only is it a very interesting looking soap and a great smelling soap, but it's very powerful in its positive properties. And I just love this soap. So that was my next. And then, as you can see, I've tried several varieties here. We'll talk about those in detail, and you can find them all on the website, or you will be able to shortly. But those are my round soaps. After that, I wanted to try more traditional soap shapes, I guess. So this is when I actually built a soap mold so that I could make more traditional shapes, and also try some different techniques. You're a little bit limited with the round soaps with the patterns and colors that you can use. Not colors, but the patterns and styles. So the first one that I tried was this bar, which is sandalwood scented. It's fantastic. I'm for the most part using the same oil blend. All of my soaps are a blend of olive oil, coconut oil, castor, and cocoa butter. So they're really, really fresh, organic when possible. Really great soaps. And I really love the blend. It gives a great lather. It's really just so good on the skin. And it's not just for the hands. I use them in the shower. They're so good for the whole body. But I tried this first. I love this combination of light blue and dark brown, like sort of chocolate brown. Looks a little bit black here in the video. So this is my first bar of soap. I don't know how much I love how they look, really. I call this drop your kids off in the pool, if you know what I mean. But they look a little wonky, but smell fantastic. Anyway, this was my first attempt. The next, I created a delicious soap using lime fragrance oil, some green colorants, and as you can see, there are also some stripes of this black, which is activated charcoal. And I really like these soaps. They turned out beautiful. I actually call them my Wicked soaps. I don't know if you've seen the show Wicked, but I had just recently been to see it, and I had received the playbill from Wicked. And if you will Google the Wicked playbill, you'll see that it looks a lot like this soap. The colors reminded me. So this is kind of my Wicked soap, although you're not allowed to market it that way. But it's really great with this really fresh lime and sandalwood scent. The next one I tried was this one, and this is, I think, probably my favorite to date, or one of them. I've got this beautiful swirl of red, white, and blue. With that same fragrance that is the cranberry fig, and these soaps are just beautiful. Every single bar is a little bit different. These small swirls, they smell ridiculous, and every one is a little different. So Anyway, these are kind of my bars. I created another one, which is this one, which is lilac scented. It's fantastic. Also using this white, blue, and brown. A little bolder colors. These are a little bit smaller bars, but they're a little thicker, so it's pretty much the same weight. You get the same amount of soap with a really fresh lilac scent. These just look a little bit more earthy to me, a little more robust. I tried to make some citrus soaps that smelled fantastic, but I didn't like how they looked very much. They were orange and blue and yellow, so I actually chopped them up, blend them into this white base, and created this really fresh citrus soap. Each one is different, and these are the embeds of the chopped up soaps that I used. So the orange has sort of a grapefruit. The yellow is a lemon scent, and the blue is a fig fragrance, and then it's in this lime base. So they all look kind of different, but they're all kind of cool. It's like a citrus confetti, you can see. So it was a really great way to repurpose some soaps that I didn't think looked very beautiful. Then I also have over here two of my absolute favorites that we'll go through quickly. I created these two. I hope are going to be my most popular soaps. This one, I love the technique. This is, I guess you can call it a zebra swirl or a tiger swirl. I love this soap making technique. This is a green with a white, as you can see. And this has the Moroccan mint fragrance. Again, the spearmint, the peppermint, and the black tea. It's just an amazing fragrance. And I love the shape and size of this bar. It's perfect for your hand. They're big, thick bars of soap. These are actually bigger than most that I make. They're about 5 ounces each. And it just smells and looks amazing. I love it. One of my favorites. And then this is one of my other favorites. This is oat milk and honey soap. It has this amazing fragrance. It's yeah, like all of those scents, a little bit of honey. There's an oatmeal flavor, there's a scent, and then maybe even a little bit of almond as an afternote. All of them have exfoliation of ground oats in them. It looks like this almost beige honey color. They're really pretty. I have about 12 bars and then a few of these different shaped bars, and all of them have actual steel ground oats at the top. They're so good and just smell amazing. These are not as interesting aesthetically, but I think they're going to be really popular bars. Over here I've got more of my round soaps that I've been experimenting with. You can see in each row is a different soap. I buy lots of samples of essential and fragrance oils, and then I try to make small samples to see how I like the fragrance and what kind of patterns I can make. So I won't take you through all of these, but you can just kind of see the different things that can be done with the soaps. So these ones, I'm creating some yin-yang shapes. So I've got plenty. There's a lot happening here. Really fun soaps, really great quality stuff. And yeah, I guess I forgot about these ones. My very favorite. These are just one of my favorite fragrances. Again, I said I'm kind of interested in promoting the masculine fragrances and looks of soap, although everyone can enjoy them. These soaps are some of my yin-yang soaps. On this side we've got activated charcoal, and then on this side we have just this kind of marbled look. This beautiful soap with this fragrance that I'm gonna make a video about on its own. It's just fantastic. It's a little bit masculine. It feels like you have wandered through a beautiful forest and all day and then come home to a cabin in the woods where you're warming up by the fire. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just such a warm, woodsy, a little bit masculine fragrance. I just love these. So anyway, that is my collection in 20 minutes. So let's leave it at that, and check out the website. The website is flamingosoaps.com at the moment. As of today, it's not live yet, but it will be within the next couple of weeks. Until then, you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/flamingosoaps. Follow us on Instagram at flamingosoaps or #flamingosoaps. We're also on Pinterest. We are everywhere. Just search for Flamingo Soaps and you'll find us. So please like this video, share it with your friends, make comments. As I've mentioned on my Facebook page, all of these soaps need names, and so you're welcome to give them names. Whoever creates the name that I like and decide to give to the soap will receive a free bar of it, and all kinds of exciting stuff is coming. So follow us, enjoy, and I hope to be in touch very soon with more exciting soap info. Okay, thanks guys. Bye-bye.